everybody, and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. And for anybody that doesn't know me, my name is Tammy, and I am very happy to have everybody joining me for your universal guidance this week. And this reading will be good from February the 12th through the 18th. First of all, my apologies. Last week, I had a live event and I was completely exhausted Monday morning, and I just did not get up in time to do a reading. I thought about doing it later in the evening when I got home, but like I said, I was just really wiped, so I needed a small break. So thank you so much for understanding that. But before we begin, really quickly, I just ask one thing. If you have not subscribed to the channel, if you would consider doing so, smash that subscribe button. You can turn off the notifications. That will not offend me. Please like the video, give it a positive comment, even if it's just an emoji, and share the video. All those things really, really help support the channel. So in advance, thank you so, so much. All right, so for anybody new, I always start with a crystal, and I was really, for some reason, drawn to some serious tiger eye. You see, I've got 9 pieces of tiger eye out. I even got 2 pieces of quartz for amplification. So tiger's eye, it is a beautiful, beautiful crystal. Look at that, just the beautiful gold in this tiger's eye. You know, it does work with our solar plexus, and it does also work with the sacral, but I'm definitely feeling solar plexus. So, you know, I'll be curious to see what's going on with that. So I'm going to set this one down here in the front, and I'm going to start shuffling. Alrighty, so what you're going to do is you're going to pick a card. You're going to use your intuition, that third eye, in doing so. And please remember, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everybody. Also, it is time-stamped, so you don't have to watch the whole thing. But once your card is done being read, don't close out. Go to the last time-stamp called the Reiki Hug, and that is a 2 minutes distance Reiki session. I'm a Reiki master teacher, and with these weekly readings, I do like to do that. Also, really quickly, I've had a couple people ask if I'm going to do the Friday oracle messages from our guardian angels. So I had stopped it because it wasn't getting really a lot of views and feedback. So I'll go ahead and give it a try again since I've gotten a couple requests for that. All right. So again, as I said, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. If it doesn't resonate with you, please don't freak out. Don't say it's fake news. You know, remember that I can't connect to every energy on the face of the earth. So there's a couple things you can do. You can come back later in the week, check it out then, or you can even go to yournaturalhealer.com, go to the services tab, and click on that services tab, sorry, and get yourself a personal reading. You know, my rates are pretty reasonable, and I'd be happy to do that for you. Now, if the reading does resonate with you, what I want you to do is I want you to take that right hand, place it on your heart, take a deep breath in and say, yes, I claim this reading for myself. And what that does, it puts out into the universe that, yes, you accept it. Now, please remember, this is kind of a disclosure, whatever you want to call it. I do not do rainbow and unicorn readings, so I do not draw the cards in advance. So I know that there's readers that'll draw like the sun, the 2 of cups, and the 4 of wands, and that way everybody gets a nice reading. No, if I draw the tower, I'm going to read the tower, okay? So if you're looking for a fake reading, this is not the channel for you. I'm not wasting my time or your time. I'm going to move that piece back there. All right, so using your intuition, that third eye, not overthinking it, I want you to select one card, either the left, the middle, or the right. And let's get this party started. So for those of you that chose the left card this morning, you got the Hierophant or Hierophant, and that is in reverse. I feel like you're clinging on to some old beliefs, some old values, and that, you know, you're your thoughts about some things, and this could be anything from how to raise children to your spiritual path to the roles within a relationship. It's going to be different for each of you, but you're not following your true belief. And it makes me wonder, that's probably excuse me, why I was so drawn to Tiger's Eye this morning, because I think this is definitely slowing down your solar plexus. And you may even be to a point that it is blocked. But and I would also think that your throat chakra is probably slowed down. It's probably, that one is definitely blocked. So throat chakra is definitely blocked because you're not being your authentic self. You are continuing on with whether it's traditions or rituals or beliefs or values out of guilt. And that's such a tough one. Trust me, when I got into spirituality, there's some beliefs that I, growing up, that my parents instilled into me, that my church instilled into me. And I'll just throw it out there. For example, like reincarnation. I believe in reincarnation. And it took me a while to really, even though I believed it, to be open and honest about that that's what I believed in, because I felt guilty. And why? Why should I feel guilty? It's what I believe and what I feel, and it's my choice, and it's not hurting anyone or anything in believing that. So again, I'm not saying that this is what it is for you. As I said, it could be anything from, how to raise children to the rules of a relationship, but there's something that you are not following your own self. You need to listen. You need to listen to your own conscience. Okay? If you are feeling guilty for believing something, ask yourself why. Is it because, my mother would be disappointed? Okay, maybe initially, but is that being true to yourself? Because when you're true to yourself, you really open up your mind and you really raise your consciousness, that ascension, that awareness. And again, it is tough. That is something that, you may have to have conversations with people in your life. Maybe for some people, like growing up, you got hit with the belt, and there's a lot of people against that. And there's still people that are still for that. So it could be something like that too. And whatever it is, you need to follow what your belief is. And you should never follow a belief because you feel obligated or because you feel guilty, because you're not being your true self. You're not being authentic to not only others, but to yourself. And how can you move forward on your overall spiritual journey if you're not being true? And like I said, it's affecting some of your chakras. And depending on what else is going on, like I said, it's definitely affecting your solar plexus and your throat chakra. But depending on what it is, if it's something like my example, where maybe you don't believe in necessarily all the doctrines of the religion you were brought up in, then it could be affecting your crown chakra. If it's a matter of relationships and how, the roles are within a relationship, maybe it's affecting your sacral chakra. It could even be affecting your root chakra. So there's a lot going on with this, but for you, the universe is definitely telling you that you need to stop clinging to these old beliefs and values and be true to yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's you. And that's not being insensitive or inconsiderate. You've got to do what's good for you, as long as it's for your highest good and it doesn't hurt anyone else, okay? Couple things I would recommend is I have released recently, if you go to the guided meditations, there's a solar plexus meditation. I think you would definitely benefit from that. If you go to my playlist, affirmations. There is one for the solar plexus. You don't have to watch it. You can just play it and do it as you're cleaning or driving or whatever. Excuse me. I have a 7 main chakra. It's called like a quickie meditation. It's like 14 minutes long. That'll hit all the chakras. You would definitely benefit from that. And if you would like some distance Reiki, this month's special is the chakra assessment and balancing. So it is on sale. It's 20% off. So I think it's $44 this month. And maybe that's something that you would benefit from, so you can start the healing process. And it's not necessarily healing. It's being open and honest with yourself and with others. Okay. So I know I kind of went on a little bit, but there's a lot going on there. So it's maybe a little bit of shadow work too. So, maybe take some time to journal, be kind to yourself, meditate on it. And, if somebody disagrees, then it's okay. They have a right to their own opinion, but you don't have to follow their opinion because you feel obligated, or because you feel guilty, or because, you don't want to have to justify what you believe in. No. Don't do that to yourself. Okay. Go to the Reiki Hug. Okay. I'll see you there. All right. Let's talk about the middle card. And you guys got the Knight of Wands. Okay. This is some good energy. It's some intense energy. Wands is the element of fire. And I definitely see you moving forward, taking some action this week on something. You are just going to go for it. You feel inspired, you feel confident. I was able to apply the solar plexus to the people that got the left card. I'm going to apply that to you too, because you need to be careful, because this confidence may turn a little overconfident, maybe not quite to the point of egotistical, but you can be overconfident. It would be wise of you, before you just plow in and move forward in anything, to do your due diligence. Checks and balances. Make sure you've done your research. Don't just start something for the sake of starting something. Really do your research, because it could come back and kick you in the butt. Okay. So watch that solar plexus this week, because I can definitely see it spinning out of control. And actually, if that is the case, tiger's eye would not be the crystal for you. You would need to have some blue crystals, something like sodalite or lapis lazuli, to balance out that solar plexus. Okay. But I definitely see that, there's something you're fired up about this week, and it can be really good. The outcome can be really good, but you need to kind of have those contingencies available, kind of think about, okay, what might go wrong, or what might, where the speed bumps may be. And I think if you think of those, I'm not saying that this is going to be, I'm sorry, didn't mean to hit the tripod. This isn't going to be smooth sailing, but I think that if you have the plan of attack ahead of time, before you, like this guy, he's about ready to attack. So before you attack, if you have dotted all the I's, crossed all the T's, thought about the what ifs and all of that, that when you do approach or incur these speed bumps, these challenges, you're going to be able to face them head on, and you're just going to smash right through them. It's going to be that chariot energy where you're just plowing through it, because you've taken the time to think about what's going to happen first before you take that challenge and move forward. So just take your time. I mean, once you do your research, once you plot out whatever it is that you're moving forward with, whatever you're getting yourself into, like I said, just I keep saying in my mind A to Z, A to Z. So, in getting from A to Z, you got to get to B, C, D, E. And remember, if something comes up, you need to really think about, okay, well, if, I don't know, let's say you were doing a bake sale this weekend, and let's say all of a sudden you had a storm in your area and you're without power for one day. Okay, so if that happens, maybe you don't want to buy all the, supplies, the eggs and milk and all of that too early because they could possibly go bad. Think about a backup plan for that. Think about what happens if it's going to rain. Maybe do you need a tent? Do you need a tent? With the sides. So just try to think of the not only what you're going to accomplish, but think about what can get in your way of accomplishing that. But this is going to be a good week. You're fired up. All right. But just don't let that cloud your vision. And if you don't, you're going to be just fine. Okay. I'll see you at the Reiki Hug. All right. If you chose the right card this week, you got the Hermit. All right. I think that you have gone through something recently. It might not be something like so traumatic or tragic or like a tower moment or anything, but I think that you've gone through something that you need to kind of take a step back and reassess things. And you might even be to the point where you're getting a little antisocial. And you know what? That's okay, because I feel that you need that. Okay. I think you need that physical break that, you know what? I'm staying home this weekend. I'm turning off the cell phone. I'm not answering the door. And I'm just going to stay home and watch movies and eat popcorn and pizza and just relax and sleep and whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's a little more than just needing a physical break like that from reality. I think that you really need to do some self-reflection, because whatever this is this space that you're currently coming out of, I'm really feeling that I think it was karmic, and that there was something that you needed to learn. And I think that you've learned the lesson, but I think you need to reflect on what happened and what you've learned, and reflect on how you came out of this a better person. So again, I really think it's time for you to maybe withdraw a little bit, take some time to yourself. If you're not somebody that can like go get away for a Saturday or something like that, even if it's taking time this week to meditate every day, maybe to journal about whatever it is that happened. But while whatever happened for your highest good, and you came out of it a better person, and you know that. However, you really have to reflect on it, meditate on it. Okay. And with this being a general reading, it normally I would draw some supporting cards to maybe try to determine, what it was or what could be associated with it. But in a general reading, that's kind of difficult to do. But I'm really feeling that self-reflection. When you do that, I would definitely make sure you're using some pink crystals, something like Rose Quartz or even pink Tourmaline. And I have to segue here now. Next Tuesday, I am doing February's 7-day crystal distance healing workshop, and we will be working with pink Tourmaline. And we're going to be working with pink Tourmaline pink Tourmaline has so many benefits. Hold on, I have a big chunk of it here. This is my big hunk of pink Tourmaline. I love pink Tourmaline. This is one of the best self-healing crystals. You will need the crystal for the workshop, But and this does a lot of things, but we are really going to be working on some self-healing. It's going to be quite emotional. So that's why having the pink tourmaline is a must, because we are going to use its energy for self-love and self-compassion as we work through whatever issue you have. So you may be someone that maybe would benefit from that. And that will give you really some time to reflect on whatever it is. Because as I said, self-reflection is kind of what I keep picking up. Self-reflection, self-reflection, self-reflection. So, and self-reflection can be a good thing. It's not always, oh, I need to think about what am I doing wrong. No, maybe, like I said, with this, you've already come out on the other side of it. But now you need to take some time and really appreciate what you went through and how you came out of it. Okay, I hope that makes a little sense. But like I said, if you're feeling a little bit of antisocial, don't let people make you feel bad about that. Tell them you need this time for yourself. And if they're truly your loved ones and your friends, they're going to get it. We all need some of that alone time, but make sure you're using it to look inward. Okay, you don't need to think too far in advance. You don't need to think too far in the past. And that's one of the things with the hermit. Like, if you look, he's walking along and he's got this light and it's not really lighting up a whole lot. He might be able to see 1 or 2 steps ahead of him and that's it. And you know what? That's okay. We don't need to have all the answers. All we need to do is make sure that we're moving forward 1 step at a time in our life. Okay? All right, that's it. We're going to do the Reiki Hug. All right, everybody, I'm going to go grab I'm actually going to grab the solar plexus crystal bowl. So while I'm doing that, please get your cell phones on silent. This is only 2 minutes. So silence those cell phones. Go ahead, close your eyes. Then just focus on breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, but nice and natural. All right, give me 10 seconds. All right, go ahead and give a quick scan of your body, starting at the top of your head and working your way all the way down to your feet, letting it all go, releasing any stress or tension in the fingertips, the midsection, your thighs, all the way down to your knees and your hips, your feet and your toes, relaxing your jaw, your brow, in through the nose and out through the mouth. All right, start wiggling those fingers and toes. Open your eyes when you're ready. And thank you again for joining me today for your reading. Don't forget, videos drop pretty much every day. And I'm also working on this weekend's crystal educational series, so don't miss out on that. With that being said, go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste.